Good evening, Brawlhalla fans. It's Raidhyn, and I am here today bringing you the patch notes for beta version 1.10.1. A lot of interesting and game-changing things have happened in this patch, but we are going to go ahead and start from the top down, go over the changes before we talk a little bit about the overview and impact at the end. So, to start off, we now have custom controller bindings. You can now create your own custom bindings for controllers, and binds are remembered for each type of controller, which is a very welcome change that the community has been asking for quite a while. Next up, there have been some changes to item pickups. There's a new formula for whether or not you can pick up an item. Please let the devs know if this helps with accidental pickups. They have increased the radius from 150 to 250 when a player is too close to you to activate a pickup with light attack. Shift radius off your center based on the current state of your player, down or left, both shift at 125. And then throw button will always pick up an item regardless of the state of nearby opponents. So this is something that the competitive community is asking for quite a while, where we want to avoid having these issues where we are going for an unarmed attack, but they happen to be standing near an item and we pick it up instead and get punished. So hopefully this decreases that quite a bit. Next up, and one of the most significant changes in this patch, were changes to the dodge. They've increased the dodge speed by 12.5%. They've removed the 4-frame post-dodge recovery before attacks, which means that you can now attack immediately once your dodge ends. And depending on your input, your velocity out of dodge will change by both X and Y. Forward, keeping your current velocity out of dodge. Neutral, stop in place after the dodge. And backwards, get a 33% of movement speed in opposite direction. Dodge no longer auto-turns you after it's over. So this actually makes the dodge work more like an invulnerable dash. And it actually reminds me a little bit of air dashing from other games in the way that the velocity works, where you can kind of change your movement out of your dash. So definitely check this out. It's something that has certainly sped up the overall gameplay of Brawlhalla and has led to a lot more advantage for players who like to play more of a rushdown-oriented style. And it's having some really interesting impacts in the competitive community. So definitely check this out. It's making the game super fun, super fast-paced, and it's pretty awesome. Next up, we have stats and stances. All legends now have 22 stat points, up from 20, which means that all legends across the board got buffed somehow. Legends now have 5 stances that each set their full stat allocation. Relics have been removed in favor of these stances, and all stances are currently unlocked for testing. Next up, we have new specials. Hattori and Roland now have unique powers for all heavy ground attacks with both weapons, and there are only 4 characters left to go who need signatures. So this is really exciting. The Hattori and Roland signatures look amazing, and they are super fun. Everybody is still finding really particular uses for using them in competitive, but these signatures look swaggy as heck. So definitely check them out. They are super cool. If you've ever wanted to play Hattori and Roland, now is definitely a good time to do that. Next up, Operation Supply Drop Charity. Brawlhalla Salute Taunt has been added to support Operation Supply Drop's 4th annual 8-bit salute. This taunt is available until the end of May, and all proceeds will go to Operation Supply Drop. So for those of you who aren't aware, Operation Supply Drop is an organization that gets video games into the hands of soldiers who are deployed to war zones. Having once been a soldier deployed to a war zone, let me tell you that being able to play video games down there is one of the best ways for us to de-stress after days. And this is a really cool charity and organization, and the taunt looks really cool as well. So if you guys have been waiting to spend some money on Brawlhalla, definitely check out this salute taunt, as it is pretty cool and is going towards a great cause. Next up, community requests. We have PC support for Mad Catz Fight Stick Tournament Edition, Logitech Precision Gamepad, Retrolink SNES controller, and Nico Airflow, and Genius Maxfire Blaze 3. There is now Mac support for the Mayflash Wii U GameCube controller adapter, and OS X Yosemite support for wired Xbox 360 controller. Next up, we have some balance changes to the powers. Blaster's side air now have a slightly decreased hit window. The hammer recover, they fixed an issue where the hitboxes were inconsistent when used repeatedly. Unarmed down ground, re-hitbox to better match animation with slightly increased distance traveled and slightly increased hit window. Unarmed down air has a reduced hitbox size to better match animation, and unarmed side heavy has a reduced hitbox size to better match animation. Nye's down spear now has increased recovery time, so it's not as easy for her to zone people out. Nye Guitar Neutral has greatly increased damage and force, increased recovery time, and a decreased delay between initial travel and final hit. Vraxx Neutral Blasters now has charge-up effects. Next up, we've got some gameplay changes. Legends can no longer move backwards during air attacks as fast as you can move forward for spear side air, sword side air, lance neutral air, lance side air, hammer neutral air, hammer side air, and blaster side air. So basically what they mean by this is they've adjusted it so that it's not so easy to do side airs repeatedly and then just back away. They've adjusted the map kill lines on multiple maps. Twilight Grove has increased left, top, and right kill lines. Brawlhaven has an increased top kill line. Grumpy Temple has a slightly increased bottom kill line. Titan's End has increased left and right kill lines, slightly increased bottom kill line. Stadium has a greatly decreased top, left, and right kill lines. Blackguard Keep has a greatly increased bottom, left, and right kill lines. King's Pass, they increased kill line distance from top and slightly increased the bottom kill line. As you can see, there are no changes to Mammoth Fortress because it's perfect. Camera bound changes. Grumpy Temple left side of camera bound slightly extended to match the right side. Titan's End right side of camera bounds extended to decrease frustration with bottom platform. And Mammoth Fortress right side of camera bounds slightly extended to match the left side. The final transformation of the Enigma is now available in ranked 1v1. They've calmed down the middle bomb spawn in Bombsketball with less frequent spawns, and bombs no longer slow character speed in Bombsketball. You can now also taunt without losing respawn protection, which is fun because most people seem to taunt at the beginning of a match anyway, but now you can do it during your respawn, which is beautiful. Next up on the art, they fixed Waving Hand for Cogsworth bot during High Five emote. It is now upright. They did a polished pass on Thatch's sword effects. They updated Roland's Lance FX animation to match the new color palette. For sound, there's new music while in a lobby, new music after a game resolves as well. In the UI, they made minor edits to the lore, and then there was a number of bugs that were fixed, including a bug causing the cursor to travel to a phantom menu option in the pause menu and hanging out on the lobby or main screen. Fixed a bug where player 3 wins and player 4 wins weren't showing up in couch mode. Fixed a bug where playing and quitting a local game before playing online would cause the last map you played to always be selected for practice mode while in queue, which was particularly noticeable when you got the Brawlhalla or Bombsketball map. They fixed a bug that would cause the game to lock up after attempting to spectate or join via friends list. Fixed a bug where training mode was clearing all but the most recent frames hitbox, and they fixed a bug where the training mode hitbox display for the Valkyrie call didn't clear for the duration of the power. So that's all the notes from beta version 1.10.1. This is a really exciting patch as we finally have our first batch of sword signatures with both Hattori and Roland, and with the changes to the dodge, the overall pace of the game has been sped up significantly. There's no longer going to be this kind of like perfect spacing play because it is much easier to get in and force those characters who want to space you out to react to you. And the aggressive game overall has been greatly improved. If you've always wanted to play more of a rushdown style, this is the perfect place to do it. Now, as far as overall game balance goes, the Brawlhalla is constantly moving in the right direction. The game is not perfect. There are still some moves and some legends and some things that people have some complaints about, but in the overall progression of things, this is a fantastic patch, and I'm really excited to be playing more ranked 1v1 in addition to continuing to have custom games with everybody who comes and hangs out in my Twitch stream. I love you guys. And a bunch of other players in the top echelons of the competitive community. It's been a really exciting couple of weeks for Brawlhalla, and this patch is really rounding out the game. I'm very excited to see where we're going to be going from here and what type of things are going to continue to be slightly tweaked before we get to open beta. But if you guys have been taking a break from Brawlhalla, now it's definitely a great time to go back and check it out because this patch is super fun. So yeah, that's it. Thank you guys very much for watching. As always, I hope that you enjoyed this video and found it informative or entertaining, and remember, if you did like it, to hit the like button as it helps out a great deal. Subscribe if you want to see more. Don't forget to come by my Twitch TV channel. I normally stream Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. And I will be playing lots of Brawlhalla this week, and I'll hope to see you there.